Hey Shooby Doodlers, well this is a little extra thing I'm going to do. Martha Jane Lovedull commented on my last video about eyes, saying how to draw older eyes. Well, that's a really important thing, and they're kind of the same, so I'm just going to sort of start with something like that, and then let's put some eyeballs in there, just the same as we did before. And you can maybe be a little bit more kind of crumbly with the line that you do, so you can a bit shakier, maybe will give you a more shaky line. And then I think just basically we're going to have much deeper lines involved, and maybe not quite so much eyelashes and things like that. And I think this kind of the older you get, the eyelashes start thinning out a bit, and you're just going to want lots more lines. And maybe that's a little, yeah. I'm just thinking we're going to want kind of folds and lines, and I think kind of there's one important bit here. So you've got quite a deep line underneath the eye, and then you're going to want kind of lines coming off it, smile lines, and probably some bits going off there. And then the eyelashes get a little bit more thinner and chaotic. Some older people, their eyelashes go a little bit out of control, and you're going to want furrowed lines on the eyes. You're going to want lines coming down into the face. And I think really it's a mixture of things, and it isn't just the eyes. I think you've got to have the whole face in there, really. Has to be older. So if we're going to put these deep lines in from the nose, and these lines will then kind of meet up with the chin at the bottom, and you can have a still quite smiley face. You can smile when you're older. There's a lot still to smile about. I'm not quite sure. I could probably have. I think I felt this was going to be a man to start off with. It's going to be sort of ladylike, isn't it? I think. And you're just going to. I think that chin should have been a bit lower, but anyway, let's see what we get. Get a slightly funny face, this one. Okay. and I think the eyes become part of the whole thing depending on how many wrinkles you got in the rest of the face, I think, really. Ears, of course, become much bigger. In fact, the nose becomes much bigger as you get older. Is this all in there? Yeah. And I think I've got the mouth a bit low there. Sorry, I wasn't concentrating. We're kind of thinking about the eyes too much. And we're going to get kind of folds coming down there. And all, the hair is just altogether a little bit thinner, really. It's going off the page. But the eyes, the eyeballs are essentially the same. You're just putting a lot more kind of accentuation into folds and lines and creases underneath it. Let me try something else. So now we're going to make these eyes much more kind of bigger and sort of saggy. Some people's eyes, they droop, and so if we have the eyeball up at the top, and we got this kind of eye stuff going on, and then again you're going to want a much bigger sort of top eyelid bit, and maybe a little hint of eyelashes, and then again we want these kind of big drooping bags underneath the eyes. Dear. And the nose, can do a bit of a nose like that, and then this is a different kind of shape to the one that I did before, so it's giving more of a kind of a dewlappy cheek and not quite so cheerful maybe, and kind of pursed lips and kind of sad droopy eyes. I suppose people, I don't know, maybe their faces, you know, if you don't smile enough you're not going to get those laughter lines. Maybe that's what it is, and sort of sad or gloomy people start to develop gloomy faces because of the muscles that they used over their lives. And if they've used sad gloomy muscles, then it's probably what they're going to sort of end up with. I don't know. Right, then let's have something like that. And again, you know, the skin becomes much more, you know, wrinkly. So, you know, in a cartoony kind of way, you can over accentuate that. Oh, this is starting to look a bit like my, was she my auntie? No, she's my great aunt. My great aunt Nell. It's starting to look like her a bit, as I remember her from a child. And again, we just, you know, it's a lot of it is about the lines that you put in with it, and then, you know, it's going to be kind of the kind of style of the hair and everything else that you're putting in. But then let's try and be a little bit more cheerful, because you know, not everybody gets a bit older and kind of looks quite so miserable. So again, if we kind of do these eyes like we were doing before, and this time maybe we'll put the eyeballs resting on the bottom like that. It just makes them look a bit more alive and excited. And then we can kind of build a heavier line like that around there. And I think we're going to want kind of lines coming in underneath again, but these are going to be sort of laughter lines along here now, I think, like that. And maybe we can put some little bits of the pupil in there as well. And this is going to be a lady, and she's got quite sort of gentle eyelashes, and maybe some more lines up there as well. And something like that, and she's still got her teeth in, there we are. And she's still smiling. Her grandchildren have just said something inappropriate to her. And this chin is going to kind of join up with these lines from here. And I think she's going to be, well, I think I say it's a she. It is a she, isn't it? I'm pretty positive it's a she. Give her some earrings, and then I'll know it's a she. There, I think that's kind of showing sort of, it's not just the eyes, it's kind of the other things that go with it. I think, you know, it's the age and everything as well, so you're probably going to want some little lines there too. That may well go up there as well. So that then, I hope, will give you kind of an idea of how to do older eyes. And I think really the secret is, just move that across to there. I think really the secret is it's your standard eye, and you've got the top bit, but you really want, I think, it's this line here, I think, that gives these kind of smile lines. And then, you know, maybe another one underneath. So let's try and put another bag underneath the bag. We don't want to use that word really, but I think these are the things that are going to, this part of the face, that the eyelids are starting to droop down. It's gravity is taking over basically. And you can maybe put a few more lines in there. All these extra lines add to the age of the eyes. if that makes sense.